Kat, how about I don't know if you've heard this story. This is an actual, real, totally true story, which might make it less
Hello.
funny
My
than
name
other
is Dr.
stories,
Glenn
but I could
Pearce.
embellish a bit. But yes, this thrilling fishing tale happened many years ago. Oh man, when was 2011? Was that 20? Or maybe it was 2010, 2011. But it was when I was in Hawaii. One time. I haven't been to Hawaii, and I haven't been there since basically everything began. But yeah. Don't say anything. Just don't. Anyway. Yeah, back in 2011, 2010, when I was in Hawaii visiting my grandparents and my uncle. My uncle has a boat. Unfortunately, I don't think that he's actually used that boat since then. And every time I go over, I'm like, hey, we should fix up the boat so we can go fishing or just kind of do boat stuff. And he's like, yeah, and then it doesn't happen. Anyways, on this particular trip over there, we did have, we were able to go fishing. And we weren't fishing for anything in particular. There's a lot of different fish off of the coast of Hawaii, because Hawaii's in the middle of the ocean. There's a lot of ocean fish and all that. Anyways, so we got on there and we were going out to, we were just kind of fishing for whatever. One fish that Hawaii is known for, though, is the, there's mahi-mahi out there. We didn't catch any mahi-mahi, though. But we did catch an ono, which might actually have a different name. I'll have to look it up, but when I caught it, we were just like, this is an ono. Oh, it's called a wahoo. It's a wahoo, or it's also called an ono. Oh, yeah. In Hawaii, it's called an ono. But apparently everywhere else, it's called a wahoo. And it's a scombrid fish found worldwide in tropical and subtropical seas. Yeah, and it's very delicious, by the way. We were fishing for, I don't know how long we were out there. It was probably a couple of hours. And I don't think we actually caught any other fish. I don't remember catching any other fish. If we did, they were small and insignificant. But I remember specifically, because we had like three fishing lines off the boat. I think it was mine, my Uncle Terry's, and just another one that was kind of general use by other people. And we had just been kind of out there, drinking and chatting about whatever and waiting for bites to happen. And I remember that we got a bite on the line, and we got the fish. It just took a long time to reel in because it was actually a pretty large fish. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a digital picture of it. I'll have to ask. My sister might, but this was way back. I think we were still just using like disposable cameras and all that. And but I remember we got a picture of it, and the thing was, at least I'm pretty sure it was at least a meter long or so. It was a pretty big fish. And I remember the way we prepared that fish is we grilled it. Because I remember we took it to my grandparents' place, and my grandpa like fired up the grill, and I think we ate some of it as sashimi, which tasted really good, but it also tasted delicious grilled. I will have to tell you, okay, there's more to the catching story than what I said, because I remember now, and when the fish, I did it again. When we were catching the fish was like, we were just sitting there in the water. We weren't trailing water or anything like that while we were fishing, but that fish put up a really big fight. And I actually couldn't reel it in myself. Basically, I was really struggling with this fish So me and my uncle both had to reel it in. And as you know, ocean fish have teeth. They have lots of teeth, and they're very sharp because, you know, they like to eat other fish. And in the sea, you need to have teeth because everything else has teeth. So my uncle always had a small bat on the boat in case a large fish was caught to kind of hit the fish and stun it so we could throw it into the icebox without it like biting somebody. Especially when a fish is long enough, you know, even if it doesn't bite someone, their fins can cut you pretty bad if you get hit the wrong way. So we get the thing up onto the side of the boat, and I rush over and grab the short bat, and I like I hit the thing like 2 or 3 times before it was actually like not actively trying to attack us, and we threw it in the icebox, and I felt kind of bad, but at the same time, we were going to eat it anyway, and I was just like, man, this seems kind of cruel. I have to see if we have a picture of that fish, but yeah, that was a little adventure off of the coast of Hawaii, off of Kona, specifically. And I caught a fish. I caught a big fish. And it was delicious. And there you go. Hawaii is a really good place to fish as well, according to my uncle and other islanders, though, because there's a lot of, on one side of the island, there's a lot of agricultural runoff, you know, like from the farms and stuff. There's the runoff of water that's mixed with that's mixed with like pesticides and stuff like that. So they're like, you don't really want to catch and eat fish on that side of the island because they're literally kind of poisonous because of the fact that there's like just crap in the water over there. And I'm like, that's good to know. But the area we were on was apparently a fine place to fish. And I wouldn't mind fishing in Hawaii again at some point. So that's the fishing tale for today. Went to Hawaii, was out on my uncle's boat, caught a wahoo, beat it in the head with a bat to keep it from stabbing and or biting us, and we ate it and it was delicious. Would recommend Wahoo Ono if you can ever get your hands on it. I don't really know how rare it is. And I wish we could catch a mahi-mahi, because apparently those are also very pretty fish. And I've eaten mahi-mahi. Mahi-mahi, it's also very good.